Hey, this podcast holds nothing sacred. This is Life, Tech, and Sundry. And what is Sundry? It's our experiences put in a melting pot to the internet. So join us on this wild ride called the LTS Podcast. Follow us at LT Sundry on Twitter, LTS.pod on Instagram, Life, Tech, and Sundry on YouTube, and all your favorite podcast distribution services. Stay frosty.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this installment of LTS Out of Office Edition. My name is Marcos, and with me is
Marcos.
Sergey.
Marcos.
He's Mr. Worldwide.
Marcos.
The J is wide as the sun is bright.
AKA Marcos.
Right. So yeah, Mr. J,
Marcos.
today, since we're doing an out of office, if you're comfortable, would you like to hop off from pleasantries and go straight to the daily dose of the links that we have on the squad chat?
Marcos.
Yes.
Marcos.
Yes. That's my
Marcos.
name.
Marcos.
That's my. Wait, are you a Pokemon now?
Imagine.
I identify as Pokemon. He says no.
I identify as him. Imagine.
Timothy?
So wait, what do you want me to read?
Timothy Jones?
What do you want me to read?
Okay, so with all those pleasantries out of the way, I want you to pick from a number between 1 to 34. 1 through 34. Okay, so number 4.
Wait, I didn't pick yet.
1 through 34.
12, sorry. 12.
12, okay. So my story that I saw here in this one, that I shared with you guys, it was an iPhone related. I know a majority of the listeners of this podcast are not only listening on Spotify, but also on YouTube. But it doesn't say what kind of mobile device they use. So I want to ask everyone.
Marcos, I'm going to have to stop you right there.
What's the best iPhone for you?
Marcos, I'm going to stop you right there. I got breaking news here.
Breaking news. Yes, what's up?
Hold up. Let me just put out.
You're gonna put out what?
So he's like, my eyes.
My eye.
I think this is the terrorist group Hezbollah. Their leader has been killed.
When?
Today.
As of the recording.
As of 1 p.m. today.
Local time. Our time. Recording time.
Yeah.
How did he die? How did he pass?
They launched an attack. So they said here, they have eliminated around 30 top Hezbollah leaders in the last several weeks. Of the remaining, there is worry about the airstrike. Israeli airstrike. And he went, ew.
Did you hear about also their beepers or their pagers blowing up and their walkie-talkies and some face fingerprint scanners?
I thought that was in Iran.
No, it was in Libya. No, something within Lebanon or Libya. Lebanon, I think. A little bit everywhere, like that one in Iran and all those places in Lebanon, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lebanon, and then inside of what's going on right now with Israel, like over 10 people deceased and a lot of people injured.
Lebanon.
Yeah, something with a letter L. But yeah, that was why did they go for obviously taking out a leader of an opposing group? Understandable, but in your opinion, why go for pagers, or why specifically hit them?
I think it's because they're like some of the few people that still use it. That's why.
And how did they?
But yeah, Marcos. Anyway, though, we're gonna skip on this. That was just the breaking news.
Okay.
But anyway, back to the
best
topic at hand.
Do you think you can click and share the screen for that one? Por qué no los dos? What do you think?
I mean, why have still the lightning cable?
My theory, because they're trying to that guy specifically was trying to substitute the headphone jack, the thing for this thing. So he just plugged in the USB-C into the motherboard and all those logic board. They don't call it motherboard, right?
Yeah, they still do.
Into the motherboard.
Some people call it logic board, but it's the same thing.
Same thing. Okay, different lingo, but same meaning. Right. So, what do you think? Like a USB-C and Lightning?
Well, I mean, at that point, it seems kind of redundant because we already have wireless headphones.
Not everyone, though. I mean, a high percentage.
Marcos, everyone.
And if they
Even-
aren't, even if they aren't,
Well, you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway, though, that reminds me, the new iPhones came out.
and they are trash.
Imagine. So here, let me share the screen.
Oh, ironically, we did one of the docket notes of it. What's the highlight? They said something about AI, right? This time.
Yeah, so now they're introducing Apple Intelligence, but in a later date. You see this?
AK
Hello, Apple Intelligence.
to be released.
So here are the highlights. They have a new button dedicated. I think it's just for like phone stuff, or not phone stuff, camera stuff. So as you see here, right? He presses the camera button. It's a multifunctional thing. Let me come back.
Can it be reassigned?
No, unfortunately. So look, So you can adjust the zoom. You can double tap it to change the mode or whatever. It's supposed to be a fast, fluid, get the feel for the all new camera control.
This a fourth button?
It's a third button. So now it does 4K at 120 frames per second. Dolby Vision. I think they recorded a new music video for the weekend with the iPhone 16. Their thinnest borders yet, so they just made the screen a little bit bigger. They have a new A18 Pro chip, so I think the 16 gets the A18, and then the iPhone Pros get the A18 Pro.
Oh, there's a difference too.
Yeah, and then they improved on battery life.
Of course.
So here are all the colors that comes in. It comes in a black, a white, a really white, titanium, I think is what they're calling this color. And then there's like a brushed copper, I think. Desert titanium.
As in double.
So here's
always
black.
want doubles.
Here's white. Here's natural titanium. And this is desert titanium. So it's like the gold.
Yeah, I guess the gold. Another synonym for. I look. Say what I.
So again,
disapprovingly.
Please leave your comments to the end. Of course. It's made with titanium again. Strength, beauty, titanium. So now it has a grade 5 titanium design with a new refined micro-blasted. They blasted it, Marcos. Titanium. Strength to weight has the highest strength to weight ratio.
Control the hype, man. Control the hype.
But yeah, what do you think about this grade 5 titanium, Marcos? Is it worth it?
Not enough information in the market for me in my head to create a conclusion.
So it has their largest iPhone, yes, the Pro Max, thinnest borders on any Apple product, premium grade 5 titanium, 4 striking colors, and that's it.
That's a wrap right there. So say what you will, I appreciate the writers who.
Yeah, and Apple Intelligence and AI opening possibilities coming this fall, though.
Oh, it's gonna be a future update like in video games.
So it has Apple Intelligence built in. This is the first iPhone with it.
Yes.
So here you go. So boost your productivity. There you go, Marcos. Writing tools can proofread your text and rewrite different versions until the tone and wording are just right. Just hit record or notes on iPhone app to capture audio, and Apple Intelligence will generate summaries of your transcript. Priority messages in mail, elevate time-sensitive messages to the top of your inbox, Marcos. Make Genmoji write with any conversation. Want a disco ball pigeon? You got it. Just provide a description, Marcos. It's got image generation, this got photo editing skills. So like just like in the Android, you can edit out people in the background. And they improve Siri. So Siri will help you in ways that are unique to you. Need your passport number while booking a flight? Siri, oh no.
She can help me?
Yeah, she can help you. Richer language understanding and enhanced voice make communicating with Siri even more natural, Marcos.
Al natural.
With great power comes with great privacy. Well, you can read that. Oh yeah, so here's the camera control button. See, look, go deeper, Marcos, with it. Deep.
Go deep, son. Go deep.
Look at that. Look at that. Look. That's it. So yeah, so you can quickly launch it by pressing on it. You can click it to start recording. A light press opens the controls like Zoom.
It's a haptic.
Double press selects. No, it's an actual button, I think. Well, it might be haptic, to be honest. It looks like a haptic button. You can go deeper with it, Marcos.
Go deep, son.
Like I said, 4K, 120 frames per second of Dolby Vision, Cinema Masterful. This might be wrong, because I'm pretty sure the Samsung device is gonna do 8K at 60. But you can mix your audio, so like you can have it focus on certain conversation. Well, this is actually pretty cool. And then ignore the background noise.
You know you can do that with your phone now, right?
Oh, probably.
You can tap and it'll just...
Yeah, so here's the music video.
Copyrighted.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That's the
there's
stuff.
snippet.
Yeah, there's your snippet.
They have a 48 megapixel ultra wide camera. Yeah. More zoom. Boom. Now you can shoot in 120 millimeter with a 5x telephone. I think this is also something Samsung already has.
You can compare. Use AI. Use the browser version of the AI to compare these two.
Lock in. See, look. Lock in, Marcos. You gotta lock in.
Again?
Yeah, lock in. He's like, all right. Starts mewing. He's just like,
what do you mean by that? What's mewing?
don't worry about it. I'll show you a picture later. So it has a 16-core neural engine. So they were heavy on Apple Intelligence, because now they have a 6-core CPU, a 6-core GPU, and 17% increase in total memory bandwidth. So now things could be processed faster.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yes.
So if you compare it with the 12 Pro, you are 60% faster and up to 2 times faster. And this is from CPU and GPU. If you want to do the latest one, unfortunately, they're 15% faster and 20% faster. That's standing director's cut.
Yeah.
Oh, you could play games, Marcos.
You think this is a game?
It has 2 times hardware accelerated ray tracing than the A17 Pro, Marcos.
There's an A7.
Up to 4 more hours of battery life. Stella. Mind you, someone, huh?
I think that one, Stella has an OnlyFans, I think.
Oh no. So mind you, someone has compared the battery life to this versus the S24. The S20.
Because there's options for us. That one, I don't know if you can do optimize performance, all those things. Did they go both performance?
No, like they let it run. They had 100% all of them. I think by the time the 16 Pro finished, it was like 40% on the S24 Ultra.
That's crazy. I need receipts for this. I need receipts.
I can give you receipts.
I feel like the people need receipts.
Hold up.
The listeners need receipts. I need receipts. My soul needs receipts. This is your daily dose of receipts with the squad. That's the title.
Okay. You heard it?
No.
Oh yeah, no signal. I'll show you the receipts later. Anyway, you can message now via satellite.
No signal, no maidens.
No signal, no maiden. You can now do roadside assistance, but these are for like emergency situations.
You gotta pay for this probably, or a subscription that you already have. Probably.
No, it's free for 2 years.
And then what? Subscription, right?
Probably.
Like Apple TV? Yeah.
I think the text messages is free. Like this, because this is for emergency situations.
They were announcing this out. They were announcing this since the 14, I think, right? This satellite
Marcos,
thing.
you got music haptics.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
Like you can hear the rhythm of the songs with the iPhone. Oh? Was your phone vibrating every time you listen to music?
Oh, like boom,
Yeah.
boom, like bass thumping. No, it wasn't.
It also has eye track and make it possible to navigate your iPhone using use your favorite apps just by moving your eyes, Marcos.
Use your favorite what?
Apps.
Okay,
What do you think I said?
don't worry about it.
Marcos, he's like, I can now use Dojins and I can now view Dojins without my hands. He just goes,
I just started doing this and it just scrolling up.
oh, the Doge. Oh yeah, so I mean, obviously the ecosystem is obviously going to be improved.
Is it
Why Apple's the best place to buy iPhone? You can save with trade-in, pay over time. Apple is your one-stop shop for incredible deals. And yeah, keep exploring. So yeah, this is the 16, the regular, and this is the 16 Pro.
Yes.
They changed the camera layout for the 16, and they kept it for the 16 Pro. Here's all the quick stuff. It has up to 33 hours of video playback. What does that mean? Who knows?
For a light user of phones or a novice and that doesn't use it for everything, work or anything, do you recommend an iPhone?
If you want, I don't mind.
If you won't, okay.
So here's this guy named Mr. Who's the Boss.
Mute it and put the subtitles instead. That way we don't.
Oh, you don't want to hear it?
Yeah.
You don't want to hear it?
Okay. Yes.
I don't think he's gonna copyright us.
Maybe, you never know.
Should be a huge year for battery improvements.
I'll do that.
It's the 1000 iPhone 15 Pro Max and the base iPhone 15, but also Samsung to see where Apple fits.
Okay, so I'm gonna skip this. I just wanted him introduced to the scenario. So I'm gonna skip it now.
Does it have chapters? Maybe put it in the conclusion.
No, it doesn't.
You know, YouTube has improved on that too, by the way. I don't know if it has it on the desktop.
I'm just gonna skip it. So by the time, okay, so I was probably wrong. By the time all the other iPhones died, S24 is at 25, 16 Pro is at 10. So the Pro Max died, where the S24 is about 11%.
Looks smaller, even though there's a probably
Yeah.
the same. However,
Stella.
Go and do it. It
beat it by an hour and change.
it's improved. Hold on, 65 what?
Yeah,
J, okay, L. It's the same command as in 20. So yeah,
there you go.
now that, like, we're comparing all those things.
Now,
Now,
I think.
Can I give my opinion? Hold on, let me finish. This is the
I'm
end.
a shanky, Marco.
Again?
Okay.
So yeah, so I appreciate the naming in
The what?
probably used AI, the naming for the colors instead of
The
saying
what?
gold, rose gold. The naming
Okay.
probably used AI for the desert titanium or desert gray instead of saying gold. I appreciate, or they probably pay top dollar for the title, the naming, the writers. They did their market research, and that's only one thing I appreciate. But I used to be an iPhone user, 2010, no. iPhone 5. The iPhone 5 is when they first introduced the lightning cable. The lightning cable, yeah. And that was my first and only iPhone. And I appreciate it for what it was, but I'm past it now. And since I'm not, would you consider me a heavy user, Mr. J, of the phone?
I mean, you're a heavy guy.
Hey, I never asked that. I just said a heavy user.
I would say so.
Okay. So basically on
Smash.
YouTube, anime, doujins, no, just browsing the internet and all those things.
Smash.
I would say that Samsung or Android specifically Samsung. I'm not kidding anymore. I really appreciate that. But this is just some frosting on the top of my Android cake.
Hold on, Marcos, help you back.
Yeah. But yeah. So from that story, I want to share you guys real quick another story. And while Mr. J comes by, let me share you another story that we have here. I want to share you. Let's see. Oh, a link. Let's see. Okay, let me screen and let me use. Real quick, let's see. So yeah, like the whole story of homeowning is just funny, but I feel like this could be a palate cleanser for everyone over here. And let me just share it anyways. But yeah, so I used to be in different locations in housing. Some places had HOA, other places had renters controlled. Now at the moment, it's basically HOA, but for residents, and I find it interesting for everyone, like who's renting, who's not renting, who's owning their place, that it's very common nowadays for this kind of drama, and I want to share it with you. I want to hear your opinion.
And I'm back.
Okay, so I prefaced as a palate cleanser for the listeners a little story about how renters,
HOA?
Homeowners, now have to deal with this thing.
And how you have your own like renters HOA type thing.
Listen to this drama over here. I want to hear your opinion. Ready?
Let's do this. Pause.
Contact this number.
Nah, this is fake.
Obviously, the pause part, give it away, right? It's like AI generated.
It out. And I mean, I feel like HOA can be a good thing up until a point where they start dictating how you are. Like, for example, this example, they have a rule based on what you can do with your house.
But some of the places is you have to follow certain rules up to the windows, and outside colors, all those things has to be a certain standard. Everything inside,
I feel like
your responsibility. If you have a yard, has to be certain.
If the HOA tells me, hey, your house has to be a certain color, I'll be like, no, that's not your jurisdiction in my house. Now I can understand if they're enforcing a law where it's like, hey, you need to clean up your yard because it looks dirty and it messes up the neighborhood. I'll be like,
the
okay.
aesthetic.
Yeah. I'll be like, okay, that's fine. But if they're coming to my house saying, hey, you need to change the color because it doesn't run with our aesthetic, I'll be like, no, that's expensive.
9 times out of 10 nowadays, when you're buying within the past 10 years, 10 years, they already come with an HOA. And when you sign the paperwork with your home loan, your house or condo, whatever, comes that you will have to follow the rules and regulations, and are not obligated, but are encouraged to go to the monthly meetings so that you're up to date and appraised, so you know who your neighbors are and all those things. And in some of the places, they explain any rules and regulations, but what I'm against it is the ability that you are fined, that you have a ticket, if you will, because of not following specific rules. Let's say the colors, the height of the grass, they all have to be
5 inches.
4 inches. 4 inches, pause it.
Mhm.
4 inches is a perfectly perfect.
It's a big number, he says. You can do a lot with 4 inches, he says.
Yes. Mountains have been moved with 4 inches, no? But if you break it, obviously there's a certain number of you can get away with it. Leniency, you can be less than 3 inches. You're not going to be completely zero burnt out grass, because again, that's going to be a lot of HOAs are there to look out. 9 times out of 10 are there to look out for the potential value of bringing in more customers or more clientele. And again, the HOA is a subscription, if you will, so that the houses don't lose value and instead go up in value. And you already know how the housing market is nowadays. It's like big picture.
I mean, yeah, but I don't want, like I said, a group or a body of people telling me how to make my house look. And you're right there. That's why it's like you tell the realtor, be like, hey, I'm not really up for HOA. Unfortunately, though, that lowers the number of houses you can look at.
Or distance from your job.
But I feel like at the end of the day, it's probably better off because, like I said, you probably won't have someone on your back saying, hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z to your house, which I'd be like, no.
Deregulation or destandardization of housing. But
like I said, if the HOA is lenient, where it's like, okay, try to keep your house like, clean and tidy, to hell with how it looks versus XYZ, I'll be like, okay, that's good. But if an HOA is saying you need to add this, you need to add that, and that's expensive stuff, and it's like, no.
Oh no, they don't tell you to add. Well, I guess changing paint is expensive.
Well, no, it's like if their rules and regulation is like, hey, paint this color, you need to add these type of decorations, these are the
They don't do
approved list
that
of
part.
decorations.
Correct. They do have that. Yes.
You know,
They do
it's
have
like,
that.
or it's like,
Why
oh,
spend
you
the
know,
money?
your fence needs to be X color, or it has to be, you know,
Your
this
grass
style.
has to be cut at least
Yeah.
once a week.
Yeah, it's like, no. I mean, it's like the grass thing, okay, I can live with that. But if they're telling me how my house should look, I'll be like, no.
And that's why
Respectfully.
the respect, not disrespectfully. And you're not going to question about anybody's inches. We're not here to degrade anyone if they're lower or greater than X amount of inches on their grass.
I'll be like, listen, I'm working with 7. You can't tell me anything else.
But yeah, what else? I'm that one again. Personal experience with HOAs, renting also. What about renting? You already know what the rules are for renting indoors. You can't make holes on the walls.
Well, that just depends on per location. There are some locations that allow you to make holes.
Pause.
They're like, why is there a 7-inch diameter hole here? Don't worry about it.
Why is there a towel over it or a cloth over it?
You see?
What else?
But yeah, I mean, like, unfortunately with renters, you're renting. You don't own the place, you're renting it. So it's like there's expected to be some rules and regulation on it, which is like, you know, it's
way more than HOA.
I don't think it's way more, but it's very different because
It's inside.
like, yeah. And it's like they're not gonna tell you, oh, you know, your doors has to look like this. It's like, well, it's already looked like that.
It's our responsibility. The owner has the responsibility to keep upkeep. But there's a two-way there. If the renter has to stay communicating, and there's a problem, and there's a duty of the manager or the owner to make sure, because the owner is not going to say, hey, how's your house doing? Are you doing okay? No, it's the renter that's got to stay communicated. Because they're going to say, oh, my doorknob's been broken for the past 2 months, and you never thought about calling me or texting me, because nowadays there's services, and any repair that the renter does, it has to go straight, depending on the contract, has to go straight to the owner. They have to make sure that it's up a certain standard. But then HOA, you know how houses go up and down in value depending on the house left and right of the property. So there's a reason why you're basically having a subscription service that guarantees a certain quality that your house will not degrade in value but increase in value.
Yeah, but it's like, but you give up the freedom of having what you want.
Yeah. And the renters, you give up the freedom on the inside to do your own modifications because it's not your property.
I mean, like I said, I think it's better off if, you know, if you don't have an HOA, or if the HOA is a little bit more lenient with what you want.
And
If they're for, like, you know, you can do whatever you want, just keep it tidy, I'll be like, okay, that's great. However, they're telling me, like I said, XYZ needs to happen. I'll be like, nope, I'll move. I'm gonna sell it.
you can, and you're in your full right to do so.
So I think this is probably me personally, is like, I think when you're looking for a house, look into the HOA, and see how they respect, you know, look into the rules and see if it's worth it. If it's not, go to the next house. Just look at the realtor and be like, no, let's leave.
Oh yeah, you know when looking for a residence, you're not going to go with the house that you want, the one Himothy house. You're going to go with your top 5 or your top 10, and they're going to do research. What's your budget? Nowadays, you already know that you have to get an approval letter. You know, and the approval letter is valid for like 3 months, I think, or 30 days, something with 3. For renters, I don't remember the renters. Do renters have to do that?
Do what?
Get an approval letter that you have this amount of line of credit.
A line of credit for
Or
what?
X amount of like for a well, that's for buying a house, I guess. And for renters, like you have to have a certain amount of deposit, a security deposit, and like a month or 2 of extra rent, just in case.
Oh yeah, but that depends on per state law.
I can only tell you 2.
Because some of them can be, we need 2 months advance, or some of them's gonna be, we need a security deposit and a month of rent.
And the renter's insurance part, that's on the renter itself, right? Not on the owner.
Well, I mean, like some places are going to require renter's insurance, and with a certain amount of dollar amount of protection they want.
And in housing, you can't proceed without buying the house or your residence without insurance. It's a prerequisite.
Which I feel like is stupid that, you know, for most things they require you to be having insurance, It's like I get the safety mount, but at this point, since it's a necessity, insurance companies have a certain, privilege of controlling the dollar amount you can pay, because at the end of the day, they know it's a requirement.
Okay. Now with that, I feel like I can slide with another one. Did you see the Tesla one insurance?
No.
Tesla.
What number?
As a server. No, not the server. And Oregon.
Oh, here we go. I see it. Tesla insurance.
What? You said? Can you share the screen for the class?
Look into my eyes, Marcos.
I see darkness. Lala T. Pause.
I see a J, he says.
Give me that T.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Past 10 p.m.
That's crazy.
Look at the comment. Look at the comments.
Imagine letting a company put a curfew on yourself. Got you on a curfew. 10 p.m. to 4 a.m. is the safest time. Yeah, to be honest, probably is.
That's not
Could we just take a second to realize how insane this is? Another reason not to own a connected vehicle. Being micromanaged by my car is crazy. Never buying a car with a curfew for insurance. Yeah, that's true.
You're getting penal. You're paying more for that quote unquote bad driving.
You telling me I can't even go home now? I work 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. So you tell me this ain't gonna work for me now? Probably.
You're gonna pay more.
Yeah, now imagine if you start work at 4 a.m. Well, I mean, at 4 a.m. is the cutoff time. No one who owns a Tesla works at 4. Will work at all. I work at a factory. 3 people drive Tesla and we start at 4:30. I work at a corporate. No one here starts at 4 and we have lots of Tesla drivers. As corporate, you probably work banker hours. Yeah, more or less, but you're right. Then use an actual insurance company. But yeah, if that's the case, I wouldn't drive it. Well, I wouldn't use the Tesla insurance.
You have to be connected to the T. But how do you share it? I mean, is that a mandatory subscription or is that optional?
No, it's an option.
Okay, then.
It's like if you can't get insurance,
Yeah.
like normal route,
Yeah.
then you have Tesla insurance.
Oh.
But it comes with these caveats.
Nice. Okay, let's check another one. Talk about caveats. Look at that, how D&D was started. How D&D was born. Think this is a game, Mr. J? Think this is a game?
Yeah.
Well, I dare you, double dare you. D&D dare you.
Let's see.
Think this is a game?
Of course.
Oh, with the boys. That was D&D.
Like she caught him red.
Hands just shivering. Like, why are your hands thrusting like that? What do you think?
Sounds good.
Now, would you like to take a stroll with me instead? Let's go for a walk or a stroll. What do you think?
Yes.
That is... Where is it? Where you go? What? Do you find that one? Would you like to take a stroll with me?
Oh, no, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, 3-0, the big 3-0.
I think better yet, I got a better story for you, Marcos. I got a better story for you.
You're gonna be
I got a better
disrespectful.
story.
Go for it. I want to hear your opinion with Goku's disrespect and Timothy.
Let me see if there's a better video.
Can you click on 30 real quick? What's that?
I guess that's
Disrespect. Do you think he does like that? They mad.
okay.
They mad.
So yeah, the new game called Black Myth Wukong. It's amazing. It's glorious, Marcos. It's heavenly. It's game of the year material.
Well, when I see something, I better click number 28.
But Marcos, before we do that trash anyway.
Ooh, you're calling DBZ trash. Damn, you heard it here.
Black Myth Wukong. Don't worry about what Marcos says. He's a liar.
Yeah, I have you on tape, dear Mr. J. Where? No, you delete everything.
No way. Exactly. But yeah, Black Myth Wukong is a video game based off of Journey to the West. Now, the one thing she was wrong is that you do not follow or you do not play as Sun Wukong. What happens is Wukong in that fight you saw in the other clip, he fights those people and gets killed. And his senses are separated into 6 parts and spread across the land. Now you play as a random monkey that's called the Destined One. And his goal is to gather all 6 senses and basically become Wukong, the next Wukong.
That's like the fingers on JJK, basically.
Basically. And yeah, you just go around, you collect spells, you collect abilities. Like he has his cloning technique. He has ability to stop people in like mid attack. He has different techniques.
Yes.
And yeah, you play as Monkey.
Monkey?
Yeah, Monkey, Marcos. You play as the monkey.
Monkey D.
No. That's something else.
Monkey mode.
But yeah, like I said, I think this is Game of the Year material.
I mean, what about there's another one that came out recently. Helldivers? No. Did Helldivers?
Oh, Helldivers? No, that got trashed.
But not because of the game.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think Helldivers came out this year.
Okay.
Oh, it did. Yeah, but it's definitely not winning Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Okay. Because of Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah, Black Myth Wukong just shot it out. It was like, no.
Oh, what about Space Marine 2?
Yeah, that's also not in the...
Not it's not him.
Yeah, it's not him. Yeah, this is definitely not him.
Dang. But yeah, no.
I'm telling you, man, Black Myth Wukong is the Game of the Year.
Disrespects everyone.
Yep, as he does. It's Wukong, Marcos.
He just
It's
enters
Son
monkey mode.
Wukong.
Now go to Son Goku. Click on that number that I told you.
Which one?
It is 28. Does he get as disrespectful as that as Goku does? 10 toes is Wukong is good and all. He is him. There's no doubt about it. But Goku applies the 10 toes technique. I guess I'm not gonna say no. But you saw that. You witnessed the 10 toes on Nappa, a fellow Saiyan, a brother, if you will. In arms.
Brother, he says.
Am I wrong? On a fellow monkey? What do you
Yup.
think? Talking about disrespect here. This is
The
copyright.
last of my drink.
Probably.
You disrespected me.
He takes his wine, Marcos. Let me see if, like... No, he doesn't have it. Damn.
Nice try.
There you go, Marcos.
Go now. Who's in the right and who's in the wrong? Would you be able to, slide into number 33?
Never.
Slide, just a sliding corner. Just slip and slide.
Oh, you watched this guy too?
You've seen it?
Yeah, Bistro, I forgot his name. Hobbs or something? I forgot.
Yeah. You, Mr. J, if you were a server, would you claim the total or the tip?
The tip.
As a server,
Because it can be illegal.
under what grounds? These hands, these
These hands, exactly. No, but it's like, it's technically a form of stealing.
They have the writing there. They could just post probably. It's
Yeah,
under
but
the
then
dollar
but it
sign.
says the tip is $6. But the total amount means that the tip would have been 16.
They were off by one. Yeah.
So it's like the rule is like it's like finders keepers, right? Whereas like if you find say a wallet, right, and it has money, and you take the money because it's like, oh well, it's out and about. So what you're legally supposed to do is report it, and then you don't keep any of the money. So the same thing here, where it's like if you don't go back to the customer and say, hey, look, I think your math is wrong, you can technically be not arrested, but you could be charged with something.
Ironically, I've been on both sides of that story of finding and losing a wallet. Multiple times. Well, only one time losing the wallet, but at least more than 4 times on the wallet situation. 2 in another country, and other more than 2 in the US of A. The first one was in front of our grandma's house, right there in the ditch.
But that's in Mexico.
Yes, the wallet
That's
was
different,
there,
Marcos.
key and everything.
Marcos, no. You can't use a scenario outside of the country to justify.
I told you twice.
All right,
the other
tell
one
me the
was-
one in the States.
Here in movie theater, dropped my wallet, right? I had my money there and everything. I had like easily over $100, and I forgot it at the theater, right? I walk back to management and everything, and I drop my wallet over here. Is any chance everything? Oh yeah. And then they didn't find it. We're waiting outside, and then the guy that's cleaning the movie theater goes out the back, the fire door, which is right next to the parking lot where we were. Comes out, checks the garbage and everything, picks something up, goes back and said, "Hey, did you left your wallet over there with no cash?"
Oh, then you can definitely call the police on them.
Under what grounds, though? I mean,
They're stealing.
I guess, but that happened once. The other one, I was with my parents, and my mom left her wallet in another place, and she did get her money back with her wallet, so that one's good. But happened that one to me, and I witnessed
But no,
that
yeah,
one.
you can definitely call the police. The most you can do is take them to small claims court and then get your money back.
But who's got the time for that? Do you have the time for that?
I know you do, Marcos. You work at the courthouse.
This was when I was like 14, 15.
Still, you can still call them. You can tell your parents and be like, "Hey."
I was with my parents when I went to the movie theater.
Yeah, so you can call the police because you could go up to management and be like, "Hey, they found the wallet, has no money." It's like in that scenario, it's like, okay, yeah, like the police might be like, "Hey, worst case, someone picked it up, took the money, and left."
We went to see the Crystal Skull movie. So
You should have
yeah.
called the police, Mark. We could have called the police.
Yeah, I could have, but I should have, would have, could have. I call that the dumb tax because I was dumb. Do you disagree?
But yeah, but in this case, for this case, is like, yeah, they have to report, "Hey, look, you said it's a $6 tip, but then with the total here, it adds up to $16 tip."
What's the highest tip that you've gotten back in the day?
I've never gotten a tip. I'm not gay. Imagine.
What? No, come on.
I take no tips.
But you give them
But yeah,
regularly.
not regularly.
But yeah,
I look at whenever the tip menu comes on the machine, I'll be like 0% sign. We good. Yeah.
damn. No, on the regular, whenever I get tips and I give tips. I understand the cycle there. I understand. Like, yeah, I know you're working. Because I think about
I'd be like, no, because like if it's like a fast food restaurant and they turn the device, yeah, and it's like, "Oh, hey, you want a tip?" I'll be like,
rule of thumb: if you're behind a counter, no tip because you're getting a salary. If you're serving people on table, or you're doing a service that you have to turn up at their house, cutting grass or cutting.
well, no, cutting the grass. No, I don't think so, because like I said, they're on salary as well.
It's a contract, okay. And
My rule of thumb is that if I'm giving a service, like for
Behind the
example,
counter.
like no. If I'm given a service of any kind, meaning if they go out and willingly make my coffee or drink, or if they go out and serve me food and take my orders, serve me food, or if they give me recommendations, that's in grounds for a tip. But if it's like they took my order, they put it in a machine, and then someone else makes it in the back, and it's like within 5 minutes, I'm like, yeah. No. Like, it could be like, say McDonald's, right? If a McDonald's server is like, "Hey, you want a tip?" I'll be like, "No, the fuck, you guys didn't pay for this."
you're getting paid on the hour.
I'm not getting a service. I physically have to get up to the counter, place my order, and then wait for someone to call my name, and then physically get up and get my food. To me is not grounds for a tip. What is grounds for a tip is like, for example, boba, right? Like you said,
Yeah.
I have to go up, place my order, and someone has to make the order for me. Is like, if I feel like, if I see that, the same person that took my order went out in the back, made my boba, and then brought it out for me, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll leave a tip in a tip jar if I want to. I don't have to, but yeah.
Tip, mandatory or not mandatory?
I feel like it shouldn't be mandatory. I feel like they should pay servers a salary. I know the whole notion of, food items will be more expensive. It's like, yeah, but it's like at the end of the day, you'll have to pay a certain amount per meal anyway.
I think I told you earlier today, we made a certain dish and it was like $30, $40 for 4+ people. Like, you can make it at your home. And I told you did I send you the link of the recipe? with pricing and everything. I'll send you the menu. I did a
it's
weekly
okay.
menu.
It's okay, Marcos.
I use AI.
Well, yeah. But like I said, I think what's grounds for a tip is if someone is, I get sat in a table, someone comes in, maybe brings me some water, takes an order, brings me my order, eat it, and then take the plates and clean up for me. I think that's grounds for a tip. Here, at least here in the States. Once you're outside of the States, maybe you don't need to, depending on where you're at. Like, for example, Japan, they're highly against tip, so it's like you shouldn't tip them over there.
And what about another country that you've been in?
That's it.
That's no comment.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, I feel like we've just gotten so accustomed to tip culture that it's a problem. I think so. Just because, like, at the same time, also servers are not getting paid properly. It's like, yeah, I get like the potential benefit of getting tips. They can get like hundreds of dollars extra for tips. It's like, yeah, but it's like if they don't have a good night, then they'll be underpaid.
Does that encourage them to work better, or it's irrelevant? It just
I feel like if like, for example, if someone's like, hey, if you do a good job, I'll give you a big tip. I feel like that shouldn't be encouraged. I feel like they should do a good job no matter who's the customer.
Because it encourages equality also, if you're going to get a bigger tip if you do better.
Well, yeah, but it's like at that point, it's like, well, what's the point of me coming out there? If it's like, oh, I have to pay you, I have to pay the cooks, and I have to pay the people that pays rent here. Which I think that's crazy. I think if you go down to a restaurant, there should be expected a certain quality of service.
Or not.
Especially if that restaurant is highly prestige. As for say, it got popular over the internet, or if, it has Michelin stars.
I want to know what Michelin stars pricing and tipping rules are. It's depending on the country.
It's probably the same thing, to be honest.
Right? Yeah, I thought the same.
But like I said, it's like, I think good service should be expected and not, earned through a certain tip amount.
But I haven't gone through bad quality of service, but there's the stereotype, right? Internationally, that there's also some quality lacking. Because I'm just here, I'm here to cash a paycheck. Internationally, not in the US, there's also that, but it's a coin toss, man. I'm not morally, fiscally, pragmatically.
I mean, this shouldn't be a moral problem. It should be a payment problem. Because like I said, we're not paying. But it's like, some of the things here, like for example, if you go out to a restaurant for the food, you should be expected to have good service. If you don't, then obviously less people are going to go, and that means bad for business.
Yes.
So now if the performance of a server is determined by how much tip, if you go ahead and tell the server, hey, I'll tip you X amount if you do a really good job. It's like, is that gonna entitle him? Yeah, that'll entitle him. But is that a good thing? It's like, no, not really. It's like, in order for me to get good service at this restaurant, let's say if it's like a restaurant that's around.
Deli.
Huh?
A deli.
No, that's not a restaurant.
A diner.
Yeah, a diner. If your service is gonna be good, depending on how much you tip, then it's like, that to me is not a good restaurant. That to me doesn't have good service. Now, if, for example, we get good service and I give them a big tip in response to that, it's like, that's great. Because that means that no matter how much I was going to tip, he provided good service. There's no expectancy of, hey, if I do good service here, I'm going to get X tip. It's like, no matter how much they tip, I'll give them good service.
Like an Alamo, or like in a movie theater, like the Alamo.
Yeah.
They serve you, man. They serve you.
Yeah,
right?
no, yeah, they serve. It's like, for that situation, I'll be like, yeah, I'll give you a tip, because they as long as they give me good service. If it's like, if I get cold fries, if I get cold wings, especially if I get cold wings, or like a hot milkshake somehow, I'll be like, my guy.
Don't have that. No tip then.
No tip. No, but it's like, if the food comes back as inadequate, or it's like, hey, lacking, I'll be like, hey, what's going on? Then I'll give him less of a tip. Or maybe if it's like, if he's like understanding, he'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'll go back and, get that change and, and all that. Then it's like, okay, that's redeeming.
Yeah.
It all depends. Like if instead he says, well, you know, that's just how we prepare our dish. And I'd be like, you're telling me you serve cold fries? They'd be like, yeah, that's how.
The chill fries. We actually have a little bit cubes of ice there.
Yeah, it's like if they tell me something, like if he starts arguing with me and saying, oh, you know, this is just how we serve our food here. And if it's like cold burgers, cold fries, and somehow a hot milkshake or a really hot soda, I'll be like, yeah, no, take it back and, you know, fix this for me.
Now,
if
the recipe of it. I think like
no, but now if I tell them, hey, look, these fries are cold, the burger is cold, could I please get this heat up? And he's like, yeah, sure, I'll get you a fresh new meal for you. Goes back, comes back out with like, you know, now the burgers are good temperature, the fries are crispy and warm, you know. Then I'll be like, all right, that's redeeming.
Food
Yeah, I've had to send back food.
I think it was my dad that there was a bad with general rule of thumb, don't send food back because they're gonna miss. Like the stereotype is that they're gonna spit on it or something like that.
Well, no, if you're an asshole about it, yeah, then that shouldn't be encouraged. But it's like if it's something is like, you know, these fries are cold, they came out like that. Oh, let me fix that pretty quick. Yeah, it's like something like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Or like have you ever gotten like a complimentary something?
I've never gotten complimentary. Well, I mean, I guess with Al.
What happened?
What happened? Yeah, we've gone. Yeah, and Shiki. Pause.
You got comped some. You got comped something, no? Because
it was like he gave us free stuff
for lacking on something else, or just
because he knows Al and he's like, oh, he's a good customer. Let me give him some free food.
Yeah, that,
he knows he's a hungry boy, yo.
Yeah, that's different. I'm just see like that one. Like, give me my nuggies.
But yeah.
With that, Mr. J.
Giggity.
Statements. Final statements. Don't drive beyond 10. The disrespect is real. Monkey.
Brush your teeth, comb your hair, and have a nice day.
Tip your waiters.
And get the new iPhone 16.
Pause.
I was actually thinking about getting it.
Really?
Yeah, as a secondary phone.
You're joking. You're joking.
No?
You're kidding.
I want to compare, Marcos.
You want to firmly grasp both side by side?
Mm-hmm.
You want to have your sides?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, dear listener, with side mentality, if you will, not main protagonist mentality, apparently, I guess he wants to collect them all, Pokemon style. I want to, say thank you for joining us on this dose of the LTS Out of Office podcast. And leave a like, leave a comment. Are you an iPhone user or an Android user? Leave a comment, subscribe, everything in the description, and links there from the bottom of Marcos and Mr. J's heart. Have a nice day. Stay frosty. Bang.